So you put a list of questions together?
I did. They're not very tech-y.
Okay.
They're more like about the order, returns,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that.
All right. So
All right.
like before ordering or like frequently asked questions after ordering?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Hit me with them. We ready?
I think we're ready.
Need a
Is
drink?
your head cut off yet? No, your head's fine.
It's good now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Damn it, I should have gotten a drink. Oh well.
You want to get one?
No, it's okay.
I got mine, but there's barely any left. You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're on
We're live.
Tech,
Tech
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
number 2.
Number 2.
Wow, we're really deep into it now.
Yeah. I'd say we are.
So you put a list of questions together?
I did. They're not very tech-y.
Okay.
They're more like about the order, returns,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that.
All right. So
All right.
like before ordering or like frequently asked questions after ordering?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Hit me with them.
All right. So first question for today is, does this product come with a warranty? I know it's kind of broad, but
Yeah, all of our product does come with a warranty. It's a manufacturer's warranty. Any manufacturing defects are covered. So usually, like on the ring and pinion side, most of the manufacturers that we work with provide like a 12-month. I think it's like 100,000 mile. Obviously, nobody drives 100,000 miles in 12 months, but I believe it's like a 12-month, 100,000 mile manufacturer defect warranty. So if you get the ring and pinion installed, you set it up properly, and it shits the bed on you, and you can tell it's, like a material issue if it just deteriorates real quick. Usually you open it up, take pictures of it, show exactly what's going on, and then we'll be able to tell right away, yeah, it looks like that was a bad ring and pinion, or no, that looks like improper setup, it got extremely hot, something like that. So that's typically what the manufacturers will ask for, is just kind of when it was ordered, when it was installed, and then images, as many images as you can provide. Obviously, the better they can look at it before you actually waste your time in sending it in.
yes.
So yeah, we'll get a bunch of pictures from you, from the customer, and send those into the manufacturer. They'll take a look at it and most likely provide a label to get the bad ring and pinion back to them. It'll go through an inspection process, which, depending on the manufacturer, depending on how busy they are, might take a week, 2 weeks to get, unpackaged, processed, and inspected. And then once it's inspected, they'll say, okay, we're going to send a new ring and pinion out to you, or yeah, this bearing was bad, I'll get a new bearing out to you. It's not always a perfect solution for everybody, because like in that situation, when a bearing goes bad, it might wipe out all the bearings in the carrier, or all the bearings in the housing. It might wipe out the carrier bearings if it was a pinion bearing failure. It might do damage to the ring and pinion, and then that's kind of where we step in and help the customer out as much as possible.
Yeah.
So the manufacturer will say, yeah, this bearing was bad, sorry. And then obviously the customer's upset, yeah, you sent me a bad bearing, I bought a master bearing overhaul kit that came with all the bearings. One of those bearings was bad, but it wiped out everything inside the housing. So then it's kind of, we don't want to leave our customers without, having to buy a whole new posi package or something to replace the carrier, the ring and pinion, the bearings, all that stuff. So we try to take care of the customer as much as possible. And yeah, kind of go from there. Like transfer case stuff, it's the same. Transfer case and transmission parts, it's the same deal. The manufacturer is going to want images. They're going to want to know when it was installed, who installed it. And then, they get the product back, they make the decision, and, you kind of go from there. It's not a quick process. It usually takes quite a while from the time you say, hey, I need to send this in for warranty. It's never like a week turnaround or anything like that. Like, we got to get the pictures from you. As soon as you reply back with that stuff, we can get the ball rolling. The manufacturer might reply within a day or two with a return label or something. But then, you got to ship the product to them. They inspect it. That might take a week. That might take 2 weeks. Then they might come back with a decision. Okay, we're going to send you a new ring and pinion. They got to get the shipping. That might be 3 to 5 days to get the shipping from them to you. So all in all, it's like usually a 2 to 4 week process. So yeah. I know that sucks for the customer all the time. So again, that's kind of where we try to step in and say, do you want to purchase a ring and pinion up front? We'll heavily discount it for you to get, so you're not sitting on, your vehicle's not sitting on jack stands, or it's not being, up on a lift at a mechanic's shop for, 2 to 4 weeks. That sucks. If it's a vehicle that you're actually using, a daily driver, you can't have your shit down that long. Yeah. So again, when you do have a warranty issue, contact us as soon as possible. Don't sit on it. Let's get the ball rolling, and we'll, in every scenario is different. So we'll try to take care of people the best we can. So.
Perfect. Okay. Second question is, I made an order, but I don't have a confirmation number.
Yeah, we get this occasionally. All of this stuff is automated, obviously. The only way that a customer would not get a confirmation email, so like when you place an order, it asks you for all your shipping info, your phone number, and your email address. And so really the only time that has happened is when the email address is input incorrectly. Not to just put it on the customer, but all this stuff is automated. So it's like, as long as your email is input correctly, then there's one of two things, like check your spam folder. I don't know why it would go to spam, but check that first. And if it's not in there, then typically the customer, will call in, we'll look up their order, and then there'll be, a missing letter, number, a missing character, or something was misspelled in the email, something like that. Or maybe it auto-filled with a different email that you don't use anymore, or something like that. So you can give us a call. We can change the email address on the order for you, and then we can push another like order confirmation email out to you. That's really the only times that happens. So if that does happen to you, you should get one within 1 to 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I believe once you hit checkout, I think it might wait 60 seconds before it sends your order confirmation. It shows, your shipping info, your billing info, what card you paid with, and then everything that was in your order. So if you don't get that after you check out, say you check out on a Saturday, we're not open till Monday morning, don't freak out. It probably went through. Or it might not have. Just give us a call Monday morning, and we'll either let you know, yeah, your order did come through here. Let's see why you didn't get a confirmation email, or, we can push another email out to you.
Okay. So question number 3 is, where can we ship to? I know we get this a lot about, do we ship to Canada? Like, where in the United States or outside of the US do we ship?
Yeah, there's really not a limitation on where we can ship to. I mean, we've shipped to some of like the most remote parts. I mean, we use FedEx like 98% of the time. If FedEx can deliver there, we'll ship it there. The only setback is if we don't have the product on our shelves in Las Vegas, what we have to do is order it from the manufacturer. Usually, if they do have it in stock, which in these days most likely they do, it takes anywhere from, if it comes from their California warehouse, it's just going to be 1 business day to us. If it comes from a Midwest warehouse or something like that, it might be 3 to 4 days before we get the product. But once we get that product, we can forward it anywhere in the world. Like I said, if FedEx can deliver there, we can send it. In some cases, we might use like USPS instead of FedEx.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, in some locations, USPS is actually there more than FedEx. FedEx doesn't really have a way to get product to you, so we might have to switch over to USPS. But it's either going to go FedEx or USPS, like Priority International. And we take care of all the customs forms, all of that stuff to get it to you. So as long as you order and you pay the shipping to get it to you, we take care of everything else. So we get a lot of Australian customers. We get a lot of Canadian customers. I mean, Canada's right over the border, so that's pretty quick. I mean, we can get the product to a customer like in two business days in Canada. So we send a lot of, obviously, Canada's cold, snow, everything up there is 4-wheel drive. We send a lot of transfer case kits up to Canada. We send a lot of differential parts to Australia. Australians love burnouts and, all of that high horsepower stuff. So we're doing a more differential side in Australia. But yeah, we've sent stuff to the Middle East. We've sent stuff, Asian countries. It doesn't really matter. We can send, things anywhere. And it's always interesting getting orders from, outside the country, because, we always go on Google Map or whatever, and wow, this is kind of, check out the location exactly where it's going. And
yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's fun to see.
Yeah. So there's really no limitation on where we can send stuff. It just might obviously take a little bit longer if we have to get the product to us. Yeah. But other than that, if the website calculates a shipping cost to you, then we can get it to you, no problem. And if it doesn't, if you're at checkout and it doesn't accept your shipping address, give us a call. And like I said, it calculates FedEx shipping rates. So if you're in a location where USPS is more preferred and FedEx won't take that address, then just give us a call. We'll sell the kit to you over the phone, and we'll get a correct USPS like quote, for shipping, and kind of give you an idea of how long it's going to take, all that stuff. Yeah. So.
Okay. So question number 4 is about our returns. I know we get a lot of questions about returns, our return policy, how long it takes to go through the process. So can you give an idea about our return policy?
Yeah, returns with us? We have a 30-day return policy. So that gives the customer time to get the product, unpackage it, inspect, the parts that they received versus what they ordered. Also the parts that they received versus what parts they have, right? Like transfer case kit comes with a lot of different components, and if your transfer case doesn't exactly match what's in the kit, like, let's handle it within the first 30 days. We've had customers who, remember that customer who sent his return back and it looked like it had been sitting out in the middle of a hay field for like months on end, rained on, I mean, everything.
Yeah, it even had hay in the box.
Yeah, it was crazy. There was probably shit like living in the box. So we had a longer return policy at one point, but to prevent that, because obviously we can't take back product that has been rained on and, been out in the mud and
Yeah, sitting in the weather.
yeah, I mean, imagine if a customer sends something like that back to us and we just put it on the shelf and then another customer buys a kit and we send that shitty product out to you. Obviously, as the next customer, you're like, what the hell? This stuff isn't new. This looks like garbage.
Yeah, you'd be pissed.
Yeah, any person would be pissed. So we had to switch it up and go from a longer return period to 30 days. And like I said, that gives the customer a solid month to figure out that, okay, I did receive the correct parts based on what I ordered and I did order the correct kit. So I'm good. Or if there is an issue, those 4 weeks give you the opportunity to let us fix the issue, whether you ordered wrong, whether we sent the wrong product, whatever the case is, let's get it handled quickly. And then from there, if you do see that you do have an issue, then we ask you to send images of everything that you did receive. Mm-hmm. Maybe the current condition of the shipping box. FedEx, UPS, they're notorious for throwing packages around. So especially our shit, because it's heavy. I mean, some like posi packages go out, they're 55, 60 pounds. Some of the transfer case kits go out and they have 10 different components in it. And it honestly, like, we fill the box with as much crap as possible to prevent anything from inside the box being able to shift and move and beat around. Because, and we use double corrugated boxes for a lot of our transfer case stuff to prevent like an input shaft from going out the side of it.
Yeah. But,
if you pick a package up that weighs 60 pounds and drop it 5 times, it's going to look like shit no matter what you do. So, if you get a box and it looks like garbage or there's something missing in it, there's a hole in the side of it, we know, okay, FedEx, mishandled this package. We can start a claim with them to get, that handled. But we like to have images showing the current condition of the box, proving, okay, it was FedEx's mishandling, or the box looks great, we just didn't package it correctly if they didn't receive everything, or, something like that. So yeah, we like to get pictures of the current condition of the shipping box, the current condition of all the parts inside the box, mm-hmm. and kind of laid out so you can see, hey, this is exactly what I got. It looks like I'm missing whatever, the bearing kit, or, whatever the case is. At that point, we'll either fix the issue if we can, or we'll have you return the product. So once we get the images, we'll provide you with a shipping label. If we provide a shipping label, the return shipping for a normal return, like if you ordered something within 30 days, if you ordered something and within those 30 days you don't want it anymore, you ordered the wrong kit, like whatever the case is, then the customer pays for the return shipping. So we send them an RMA, return merchandise authorization number. And then that number gets written on the box and the customer goes to FedEx, USPS, wherever, it doesn't matter. Or we can provide them a label. If we send them an invoice for it, they pay for it, we can send them a label, no problem. They slap that on the box, they send it back to us. If there was an issue, like we didn't send all the parts correctly, or they're missing product, we sent them the wrong package, whatever, weird stuff like that, then obviously we take care of the shipping.
Yeah.
We'll take care of the customer, the best we can if it's on our, if it's our mistake. If they just want to do a normal return, like I said, because they don't want it, they'll pay for a label, send it back to us, and then in that time, once we get it back, just like with a warranty, we have to unpackage it. We have to go through it, make sure that all the product matches the images that we got from the customer at the beginning. Because again, a lot of customers will start a return and then they'll, who knows, they run it over with the truck or some shit and they still send it back to us, like the most crazy stuff comes back, not matching the pictures at all. Yeah. And you wonder, like, what the hell happened to this stuff?
It is insane. I mean, a lot of times we receive returns and, well, we used to. I don't think it happens as much anymore, but yeah. We used to receive a lot of returns where there wasn't anything even in the box.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's crazy. And then they, you know, I don't know, that everybody has like weird, you know, like, oh, well, everything was in the box. Well, like the shipping box is completely sealed. So you literally sent us back like cardboard boxes inside.
Yeah.
So anyway, the product gets back to us. We inspect it. That usually takes 2 to 3 days for Daryl to get it, you know, lined up in his queue, unboxed, take images of how everything came in. All of those images that we take get uploaded to your order. So, you know, Andrew, customer service, sales, like everybody has access to it, bookkeeping, so they know exactly what the product looked like when it got back. And then Daryl might put some notes on that return stating, you know, everything's in perfect condition, process return is normal. At that point, you know, it's in bookkeeping's hands, and the accountant will go in and refund your order through Shopify or eBay or whatever. All of the returns, all of normal returns come in, and a 20% restocking fee is taken. So that's the big, everybody hates the 20% restocking fee, but
Yes.
and I understand, but it is what it is. Like that restocking fee, we're not profiting on in any way, shape, or form. Like it could be higher, honestly, because, you know, we have to take that product, we have to send it back to the manufacturer for reboxing, or we rebox it ourselves. You know, all of that product has to get, if it's a ring and pinion and it has oil on it, or you can tell it had been, like they were going to install it but didn't, or they pressed a bearing onto it, like, you know, again, like I said in that first scenario, if you get a ring and pinion brand new from us and it looks like it has been, like the bearings have already been pressed on it, wouldn't you be like, yo, you sent me a used ring and pinion? Like this is clearly the bearing, like there's score marks all over it from the bearing being pressed on and taken off. I don't want this. I want a new ring and pinion. So stuff like that gets sent back to the manufacturer. They either recycle it or clean it the best they can and provide it to one of their other customers. I don't know, but that restocking fee is not something we take and then go out to eat with for lunch. Like that restocking fee gets taken because the manufacturer is going to charge us an even higher restocking fee to take the product back, and we have to ship it back to them, and we have to package it, and we have to, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit that goes into the return process. So the 20% restocking fee is not there because we're looking to make money. No, we're like, that's the worst part of the business, is that's where we really lose a lot of money, is on the returns. We want to do everything we can to fix why the customer wants to return the product, because, you know, nobody wants to pay a restocking fee, and that restocking fee gets put on our shoulder. Like we're not making money on that restocking fee. The manufacturers some of them are making us pay even a heavier restocking fee than the customer paid.
Yeah, most definitely.
So
I mean, so that's why in those instances, if you don't need the product, or if you did order the wrong thing, it's best to not handle it. Like handle it the least amount that you possibly can, because that's what really hurts you.
Yeah, correct.
As the customer, is if you've got greasy ass hands and you're touching all the product that you just got, and then you decide like, I don't want this, or oh shit, this is I ordered the wrong shit.
Yeah, it comes
and then
back.
You got to send it back. You know, we get it, and now, you know, we got to repackage it because it's got greasy handprints all over literally everything.
That, or, you know, they dropped it off of the workbench, or, you know, stuff like that happens all the time, where it's clearly not new anymore. Like you might not have installed it in the truck, but it looks like it's been beat with a hammer or something, and you're like, no, I never even used it, but something happened to it. I don't know what, but something, like I can't take this back as a brand new product. Like I have to charge either a higher restocking fee, or I'm going to send this back to you because I don't know what you want me to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's obviously the biggest hurdle with returns, is the restocking fee. And, you know, normal restocking fee is 20%, because that's what the manufacturer is going to charge us, if not more, to take the product back. But on top of that, if something comes back damaged or clear signs of use, or, like you said, oily dirt, just crap all over it, I can't take that product back as new and put it on our shelves to resell, because the next guy who gets it is going to be pissed, as you would if you got a shitty product.
Yeah.
So that's when a higher restocking fee comes in, or we might not even be able to take the return back. Just, it's a case by case basis, and you have to like you said, you want to handle the product the least amount possible. If you plan on returning something, just put it back in the box, seal it up, send it back. That way you don't have to worry about any of that stuff,
Yeah, agreed. Well, and another thing too, why we changed our return policy to the 30 days is because the longer we wait to send it back to the manufacturer, the higher restocking fee that they charge us.
Right.
So obviously the quicker we get it back, then we don't have to pay that higher restocking fee because it's been 60, 90, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the I don't really know how to say this, but like the odds of something coming back in bad condition like exponentially grow as time goes on.
Yes.
Because just like the guy who left the shit out in the hayfield, like, I don't know how many rainstorms that box had been through and that product, but if he would have just sealed it up, put it in his barn or something, right? Like, it would have come back a lot less damage, and that customer would have been a lot less pissed off about, like, dude, I literally can't use or take back anything in this box. Do you want the product back? And like, of course he doesn't want it back. He knows what condition it's in, right?
Yes.
So that's why we had to bring the returns window from, I don't even remember, we started at 90 days or whatever, and like dial it all the way back to 30 because of those issues that were just coming back nonstop. And it was like, okay, we gotta tighten this up, because more customers are being pissed off because at the 89-day mark they return it and then they're upset that the product didn't come back in good condition. Or so we have it pretty dialed in now. I think the process that we have now for returning product is, if the customer follows it correctly, it's very seamless, and everybody's, before, when you start a return, obviously our return policy is posted on our page, like at checkout, it's down in the footer. So every single page that you go to has a return policy down below. You can go click on that, read through it, and know before you send it back, right? Like, this is the process. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But when you go and say, hey, I want to return the product, we send you the RMA info as well as the return policy again. So everybody's on the same page, like, hey, before you send this back, just so you know, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to get a 20% restocking fee if everything's perfect. If it's not perfect, you're going to get anywhere from a 30 to 50% restocking fee, because we might not even be able to use a product anymore. So before you send it back, make sure you're okay with all this, all these stipulations and garbage that, everybody has to abide by, including us.
Yeah.
And if you're cool with that, cool, send it back. If not, then, the product's yours, you bought it. If you don't want it anymore, you can try and sell it. You can give it to your buddy. Like, well, I don't know, whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, just be aware that the returns policy is what it is because of us being in business for the past 5 years and us having all of these issues with returns. And so we're not trying to be hard asses or like, whatever. It is what it is, because at the end of the day, the return process it applies to everybody, including us.
Yeah.
So it sucks. Just, it is what it is. Like, nobody can get around it. I wish life was different.
And we try to be very open about the return policy. That's why we, try to shove it in your face as many times as we can. Because we're not trying to hide anything or be secretive. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Right. As we're trying to stick it to them, and we're really not.
No, we're not at all. And that's, again, like you said, why we try to show you the return policy as many times as possible, so that you know exactly what's coming your way once you return the product. So, yeah, anything else besides that?
Yeah. So question number 5 is my order is missing parts. What should I do?
Yeah, so this goes back to kind of what we were talking about before. If you have received a package, like one of two things could happen. You could have received the one package that is coming your way, and we might have missed something in the warehouse. Human error, like, it is what it is. Everybody makes mistakes. So if you ordered a kit with, 10 things in your transfer case kit and it only came with 9 of them, most likely it was just human error in the warehouse. They didn't pick that product, package it, and send it. So we'll get it out to you as soon as possible. If we have a warehouse closer to you that can get it to you within one day, we'll do that. We'll drop ship it and pay more money for it, or whatever the case is, to get it to you as quick as possible. We'll send it out in a second day package from our warehouse, whatever we got to do. Like I said, this is why we like when the customer gets stuff, open it right away, inspect it, make sure you handle any order issues as soon as possible so we can get it taken care of.
Yeah.
And then you're not like, don't open the box, but then you set an appointment with a automotive shop, a mechanic, to rebuild your transfer case or put your gears in, and then you give that box to the mechanic, and then the next day when he goes to work on your truck, hey, like, I don't have everything that I need, what's going on? And then now you're screwed, right? Your truck is sitting on the lift, you got to wait for parts to come in. And 100% if that's the scenario, yeah, it's our fault. We should have, packaged it correctly in the first place. So we're going to get you the product that you ordered as soon as possible. I just don't want customers to be in that situation where the mechanic is, your truck is sitting on their lift and they're charging you per hour or per day that your truck is there. That sucks.
Yes.
So when you get the product from us, cut the box open, make sure everything is in the box that you ordered, and then set up your appointment with the mechanic, or, before you start working on the vehicle, so that everything is there. The other scenario is that we might not have had all the product on our shelves in Vegas. So we might have had the ring and pinion, but we might not have had the bearing kit, or vice versa. So we're going to ship you the bearing kit, and then we're going to get the ring and pinion from the closest warehouse to you that has it. So we might have to drop ship it. We might have to send it from a separate warehouse that your first box is coming from, but you should receive 2 different tracking numbers at that point. So you'll get the tracking number from the Vegas package, and then you'll also get the tracking number from, maybe it's coming from Atlanta, or maybe it's coming from wherever, Texas, who knows.
Yeah.
But you should have 2 different tracking numbers on your order, whether it was emailed to you, or like scroll through your emails. If you didn't see it come through, like scroll through your emails and make sure we didn't send you another like separate message like, hey, here's the tracking number for your second package. And I think we covered this in our first tech video, like customers will receive the package, or the first package, and then like that second package will be out for delivery the day they call us. So like it's right there. It's going to be delivered within, a close time period. But, some people do open the package as soon as they get it, only see one part, and then they think that we're, trying to screw them out of.
We have a fly.
Jeez, apparently.
It was circling you, and now it's bugging me.
Yeah, you smell too good. But yeah, then they think that we're trying to, screw them out of the stuff that they ordered, and that's just not the case. There's no reason for us to do that. So
no. Yeah.
Contact us if you didn't receive all the product in your first box and you can't find an email with the second tracking number. Just give us a call. Andrew will look up, make sure that he doesn't have a tracking number, and if he doesn't have a tracking number, then yeah, the warehouse might not have picked it. So let's get a product out to you as soon as possible. But most likely, yeah, you got the first package and the next package is going to be delivered the next day, or it's usually always very close.
Yeah.
So just go through that process, and we'll get, again, if we made a mistake, we'll take care of it. If not, we'll get you the tracking number for the second one, so you know exactly when that, other package is going to be there.
Perfect. All right. Well, that's it. That's all the questions that I have.
Cool.
So I guess if there's questions that people want to hear, or questions that we don't cover, please put them in the comments below so that we can go over them.
Yeah. Comment any questions you guys might have. We're going to do this every Tuesday. So comment, for the next show, what questions you might have, whether it's more like this, like, hey, I'm about to order, but I have a question, or if it's an actual tech question, about a certain product, about, will this fit my application, all of that stuff. Just go ahead and comment down below, and we'll obviously pay attention to all these, try to make them, the staple of the next video.
Perfect.
Cool.
All
right. Thank you.
Thank you. My iPad didn't die this time.
Thank God. Was it close?
No.
Good.
It's fully charged.